Welcome to the Debunking Show. We're back. We're back. Today we have a special guest. We got Terry coming through. So I'll welcome y'all and then I'll get into, there she is. I'll do a welcome and then we will get started. Hey, Brazilian Wax Company. Welcome. I just followed you on TikTok. Pureluxesalon is in the house. Okay, y'all. We are doing an interview with her. We're just chatting it up. Just so lovely. Welcome to the Debunking Show. I'm just pulling up some of the questions we're going to be going over. And then you can ask questions. I did send an email to you guys to let you know what we're talking about today. I'm pulling up the questions, y'all. Hey, Divi the SD, where you been? How have you been? It's good to see you. Okay. So, we're going to get started. Welcome to the Debunking Show. Welcome to the Debunking Show. And so you remember, welcome to the Debunking Show. My name is Becca. I'm a pro waxer, skin therapist, and licensed esthetician since 2010. I help people remove unwanted hair, acne, discoloration, and ingrowns through full body waxing, chemical peels, facials, and products. I have my own product line, which is my exfoliating pads that have been sold all over the US, the UK, Canada, the UAE, and the Netherlands. And I am just happy to be here. I go live about different information, and today we are going live interviewing Terry. She is a huge 3B Waxing supporter, one. She always comes into the lives, hangs out with me and us. And then she's a salon owner, so we're going to be chatting with her. I'm very excited to meet her. Debbie says, hey, I'll be back in business soon. Been working on some stuff. That's good to hear. Good to hear. I mean, we all are just, changing things around. I understand that. Things have changed around since I moved to Nevada. And for those of you who are wondering if I am coming to California, I am. I just got to figure out when is that, let's see, she grew up in Detroit, Michigan. I gotta bring this closer because I can't see. Played basketball. Hey, Terry.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
To meet you too, Becca.
I'm so glad we can finally be on face to face.
I know, right?
I was just reading your intro. So Terry played basketball. I ran track in high school, played basketball in college, and graduated in 1990, liberal arts. And then sorry, y'all, my vision. Worked in quality roles and went back to school in 2002, and then graduated in 2007, manufacturing engineering, and moved to Iowa to work as a quality engineer for a manufacturing company, and was fired in 2012. And that is the start of what opened Purelux in 2015.
Hi, Kiki.
So I know I did the intro, but can you tell everybody about yourself?
Well, that was pretty much it, I'm a Midwest girl. I come from a sports background, small family, just me and my sister.
Okay.
And my mom and dad. Like I said, I moved out to Iowa in 2007, and I've been out here ever since. And I like it.
Iowa?
Well, that's where the jobs were. So I went where the jobs were, you know what I mean? So they recruited me, and I came out here. I liked it. It's a college town. Is my volume okay?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. It reminded me a lot of Ann Arbor. So, very diverse, small town, but I still liked it. And so I had, I packed up my bags and I moved out here.
Okay. Well, we're thankful to have you here sharing with us. I am so happy.
Come on, Finney High. I see you. Come on, Detroit Public Schools. I see you. Your comments are lit. Yes.
Okay. So I know.
Hey, Marilyn.
Oh, Marilyn's in here. And that's how we met, really.
Everybody meets through Marilyn. She's a plug.
She really is.
She's a plug. I love it.
Okay, so you basically said, because the first question was what inspired you to Iowa, but I'm interested to know your journey of you getting fired, and then what made you think about it. What were you thinking about before you got fired? What was the thought process of everything?
Um,
That was a lot.
I'm like, do I have liquor in the back? So, you know, sometimes I've learned over time that, you know, everything has a sell by date, right? Even the best things sometimes have to come to an end. So I thought I was doing a good job, right? But there was things happening, you know, it's a global company, and there were things happening, you know, up above me that trickled down that I couldn't control. So ultimately, they just didn't want me anymore to be, I mean, that's the nuts and bolts of it all, right? They were going in literally another direction, right? And so even though I had been there for going on 7 years, I had awesome reviews, was due for a raise. They still pulled me into the office in December and was like, you know, we're going to eliminate your position. I was like, you know, I would say what I said, but, you know, I don't want to revisit that. You know, I healed. And I could just say that I was extremely disappointed and my feelings were hurt, as you would expect, because, you know, I've never gotten fired before. You know what I mean? So that sucked. But my mom didn't let me wallow in pity for too long. So yeah, you got to get back on the horse, and, you know, you lick your wounds. And so, but I knew that I didn't want to. I knew that I didn't want to go back into that arena. So that's why I guess I looked towards a completely different path. Yeah, and you know, engineering was, I enjoyed it, but it was not my choice, right? I enjoy reading and writing. My mom wanted me to be an engineer, you know, because of the money. Yeah. So I did that. And so I did that, but it was not really my passion. You know, like I said, I liked it, but I enjoy what I do now much, much more.
So had you always thought about doing a salon, or was it like after that we were like, okay, what do I want to do? What's something I want to do?
You like that, exactly. I said, you know, you're only going to be on this planet for X amount of time. And so you've done the thing that people wanted you to do, which was fine, but, you know, you might as well do something that you're going to enjoy to go to every day, you know? So, so yeah, that's what made me think beauty. I've always enjoyed, and I would always do my teammates' hair. I always liked playing around in makeup. You know, I was a tomboy, but I was always a girly girl at the same time. So yeah, I mean, I always think of myself as like tapped into what's going on, you know, hair-wise, makeup-wise, you know what I mean? So I guess it all just kind of came together. In the midst of a lot of hurt came some good, you know?
Yeah, it was the transition that needed to be. I like what you said, like sell date. Everything has a sell by date.
Sell by date. Yeah, unfortunately. Sometimes it's way in the future, but sometimes it's closer than you think.
So my next question is, well, I actually have 2 questions in this, but it says running a salon requires a lot of creativity. How do you stay inspired and keep up with the latest trends in the beauty industry? And I also want to know how, because I know you talk about that you play on my lives, which I'm so honored that you do that in the salon. But I want to know how it is like having employees and how you got that all set up, because that is something where I want to be eventually out there in Nevada. So I would love to hear about that.
So, you know, I had never run a business before. I was always the employee. So there's a beauty school here in town that they utilize a particular business model. It's called Summit, and they were having training. So when I was thinking that I was going to open a salon, the training was probably for like managers, probably like lead stylists. It might have even said salon owners. It's been a while, but I remember I went to this training. It was like 3 or 4 days, and they kind of, you know, you don't know what you don't know. So it was like I just jumped right into it. They, you know, they talked about everything. I still have the big old textbook, you know, the big binder of stuff. Like you got to think about, you know, how many chairs and how many treatment rooms and, you know, shifts. I mean, do you want 2 shifts? I mean, it was just a lot, you know what I mean? And things that I had never thought about before, but you kind of learn as you go, you know what I mean? And if you have, in your mind, if you know you want a small boutique feel, you know, just build towards that. Like, I never thought that Pure Lux would be some big, grand, huge thing. I wanted it to be cozy. I wanted it to be like, feel like home, you know? Yeah. So I hope you guys can't see am I following these people? So, but yeah, and I ask questions along the way too. You know, I'm a girl that's going to ask. So other, like, I'm trying to remember back, because like I said, it's been a while, but like my sales reps, I would ask them, I would pick their brains. I went to the beauty school and talk to the school manager and some of the educators. You know what I mean? I had a couple of stylist friends. Now these were booth renters. So we have a commission-based salon here. But I got their perspective, you know what I mean? So you have to think about that too. Do you want to have employees, or do you want to be the rent collector? You know what I mean? It really all depends on what you're comfortable to do. I always went to booth rent stylists, and I've never had an issue with it, but I enjoy the feel of a commission salon. When I go back home and visit, I go to a commission salon, and it just feels different, right? And they were my model when I opened up Pure Lux. I said, gosh, you know, I really like this spa salon back home. I would say the name, you know, they're awesome. High Visions. And I said, if we could just have a little baby version of that, you know, where I live, that would be awesome. Because I really couldn't find a place that, you know, that knew how to do hair, you know, black hair, that, you know, knew how to wax curly hair, you know.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you know, you don't think about these things when you pack a bag and move, especially when you see people around. You just assume that there are options. Like back home in Detroit, there's hairstylists everywhere. I never would have thought that, you know, I'm gonna have to go back home to get my hair done, you know, per se. A lot of people go back home to get their hair done. So, you know, little things like that, like I said, you learn along the way. You'll see as you get closer to opening up your space. If you have any questions, always know I'm happy to help you out. So, but just ask questions. Ask questions and take notes. That's my thing too. I'm a big note taker from way back. So take notes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be scary. I think for me personally, it's always like, even though I talk to people and stuff, I'll be like nervous to be asking them, oh, well, like, you know, how did you do this? That of like just asking. Because most times when I do ask, people will tell me. It's not like,
yeah,
you know.
Yep. And you seem like you have a good circle of, you know, your network is strong and they're not gatekeepers. So,
yeah. So, yeah, that's the good one. Okay. So, many people have different misconceptions about owning a salon. What is one myth you like to debunk about being a salon owner?
A myth. So I'm always, when people see me around, I'm generally like sweeping or doing laundry or, you know, things like that. And I've been told that, you know, owners don't do that, you know, that I shouldn't be doing that. So I think that's a myth, that it's easy to do and that you shouldn't be hands-on. I mean, that's just me. I'm sure maybe if I was in a different stage of my life, you know, in 10 years from now, when I'm in my 60s, maybe I won't want to be doing laundry and be here every day. But at the moment, it's like, how could you not want to be in your space doing, you know what I mean, hands-on all the time? So that's the myth, I would say, that people think it's easy and that you shouldn't be like involved. But that's just my opinion about that second part.
More hands off. Just like,
I'm not saying micromanage, but you got to kind of test the temperature. You have to know what's going on, you know?
No, yeah. And see how everybody's, you know, getting along. What were the biggest obstacles you faced when starting your salon, and how did you overcome them?
Just the fear of the unknown. You know, you just have to be the kind of personality that's going to just keep going, you know, and just have confidence that everything's going to work out. That's really what it was. Because I was thinking about that question as I was driving in. I said, that really is it. You have no idea. You know what I mean? Like, I come from a sports background, engineer, and I'm going to open up a business, any business, and then to just totally take a left. But just have the confidence to see your vision through. You already got, you know, your niche, you're carved out. So just keep watering your seeds and give them the attention that they need, and they'll come to, they'll fruit for you. And don't stop. Just keep going.
I love that.
Yeah. It's hard though sometimes.
For those of you just joined, we have Terry, owner of Pureluxesalon. If you have questions, drop them in the chat. I'm asking my question.
How close are you to getting yours? Are you close to wanting employees of your own?
No, so I was in California, and I'm going back right now to California.
Yes.
I just moved out here. I found a place, but I was like, no, this isn't the right place and timing and stuff like that. So I'll have to reopen up a place and then get employees, or I may just open up a place with employees. I don't know yet, but I'm still like in the deciding where I'm gonna do it in, like long term, because Vegas is growing. And
That's a good.
I want
That's a good location.
to.
Like Vegas, like come on,
Yeah.
everybody needs like
Mhm.
yeah,
Right. And we just got.
yeah.
I think we got 2 sports teams this coming, so it's like this is a good time to be here and be figuring it
You
out.
got a
So
hockey team
uh,
down there. You got
mhm.
sports. Yeah, yep.
I just want to, and I'm deciding on what I want it to look like as
Hmm.
far because I do like the idea of it's
Right.
small. I picture it as like a home. Um,
Yes.
and like people come in and then I can have like spa parties and like when people want to do like bachelorette because we're the town for bachelorette.
We did a baby shower here before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we
Okay. So,
did. One of our friends, her first baby. I hope she's watching too. But so yeah. That's to
mhm.
me, that's like the best, right? You come to work and it's like being with family all day. It's not even like being at work. It's awesome actually. So that's good. You'll like that.
So that's what I have to figure out. It's just
Mm-hmm.
mix of everything and like who I want on my team and because this is all new to me. It's different from moving from just me to like
Right.
other people. So I think that's where it's the unknown again because I was scared when I opened up 3B
I
waxing and I didn't
bet.
know anything. And so it's like remembering I'm back in that spot
Right.
again of, okay, I gotta just keep going. Oh, what happened? Let's see. Where'd she go? I don't know what happened. Oh, I don't know what happened.
That was me. That was me. Operator error. Doing too much.
Oh,
Sorry.
no.
You can tell I've never been on live before. It's totally fine.
I appreciate you coming on live. I'm so happy you are here.
Well, I gotta, I can't expect my team to get out of their comfort zone if I don't get out of mine, right? So, what better way to talk about the business and network and learn stuff than to do it virtually? It's awesome, actually. I'm liking it.
I really like live. I talk about this all the time, but like
Hey,
it really
Madeline.
connected us all. Like
Mm-hmm.
it really has. Like I've never met Marilyn in person, but I feel like I know her because
I know, right?
right?
I know, right?
Lives and then,
Like she's totally coming to the cookout, right?
right? Yeah. So yeah. Okay.
And what
So
about Miss P? Passport Nails.
oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I know.
Not her in person either. I was just because I'm working on content this weekend. That is what my big thing is. My goal is to do 5 videos a day.
Oh wow.
I know it's a lot. I'm trying to get but I was editing I had Passport Nails on here and I was editing the videos to put them on and so that's what I was doing all yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah. I feel like but we will all meet eventually.
We have to. Now that we're outside, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So what did you do during COVID? What was going on?
Pray. For real.
Yes.
Pray, and pray some more. Yes, that's what I did for 7 weeks. Heavy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I talked to my mom. I mean, we just didn't know. You know what I mean?
It was so the first one was wild. Like the first March, because I remember I was like, oh, I can still take clients. And I had moved locations, and I was like, oh, this will be done. And I was supposed to come here to Vegas for a trip.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, fine. But then, everything shut down. And now looking back, I was like, I really did not know what was going on. Like
nobody did. We were open until the Saturday. We were told to shut down. I believe I forget what day they told us through the state or whatever. Mm-hmm. But like we worked, like we were working.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time we were supposed to come back on Tuesday, we could not. So yeah, that was knock on wood. Ooh wee.
Yeah.
Those are some strange days.
Yeah.
You got me reaching for a mint behind that one. Ooh. Yeah, well, I would say my team checked on each other. It was good to see, you know what I mean? Because like I say, you know, with the uncertainty of it all and you were told they kept pushing the dates around and moving the dates around. It was a lot of uncertainty.
Yeah.
I'm glad we worked through that and I hope we don't have to revisit it anytime soon.
Yeah, in California, they kept saying, So I didn't ever open up until like the end, but they kept saying, "Oh, you can open up," and then they'd be, "Oh no, you can close down. You can open up." And then I was like, "I don't want to sign another lease," because
Right.
thankfully I had signed the lease right before COVID happened. The girl let me get out of it, which I was so thankful for.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I don't want to keep signing a lease and having to go back. I mean, it would be like 3 weeks and then done, and then a couple of weeks
Right.
and then done.
Right. Yeah, it was a lot, but here we are.
We are.
Yeah.
Made it out of there. So wild to think about.
Yes.
Let's see. As someone who interacts with clients on a daily basis, what is one piece of advice you would give to people who want to feel more confident and beautiful in their own skin? So you know how I'm always talking about feeling confident and beautiful in the skin. What are some things that you like your mottos and stuff?
I would say just keep people around you who speak positively to you and uplift you. Yep. It's easier to do when you have people that echo the same, sentiment, and that when you start talking bad about yourself, they're going to say, no, they're going to switch it around. I found that to be, I think I probably wasn't like that in my younger years, but the older I get, the more I realize it's the support. It's the support sometimes around you. Yeah. And then just have faith. I know it's hard sometimes and it's easy to say. Just when you get shaky, just take a moment and just be still with yourself, and that's what I do, because I'm kind of, I don't want to say hyper, but I'm a go-getter. I'm a goer. I'm a doer. So sometimes I just have to do nothing. I just have to just and then I can, because I mean, it's hard out here, all these images that we have to live up to. And, like, I was just thinking, like, I used to be relaxed. When we first opened, I was relaxed, and I even got a relaxer during COVID,
Really?
Yeah, well, yeah. I couldn't let my, girl, you know how it go with it. You look, 7 weeks with no touch up, that was not going to work.
I almost thought about relaxing my edges just recently. I was like, maybe I could just relax the edges.
Listen, it was a lot of people that went natural and never came back to relaxers behind. And that's another thing. I never would have even thought about that. Folks that have certain processes or that they need certain treatments on a regular basis. I mean, so, I had to get comfortable with this natural hair. I work in the salon and I'm trying to be an example to these young children that come in here, or even the young folks in the community, right? It is what it is, just try to do the best you can, hugging yourself and loving on you, Yeah.
I like that a lot. There was a question I had when you said community, and I know I saw it, but I don't even know where it's at. But I want to know about the Iowa community, because first of all, it's so funny that your other username was Miss T Ford, and then from one account you said, "Oh, I'm from Iowa," and I was like, "Oh,
it's Purelux."
I was like,
I could have sworn I mentioned it in like the DM or something, like, "Oh, this is my business account" or something, but
you probably
clearly not.
So
Marilyn didn't know either. That's okay. I mean, I'm good at keeping things on the. It's the hood in me, girl. It's the hood.
You probably did. I just. What is it like in Iowa? I've actually, I've never been to Iowa, and I don't know about it. And to be honest, I was like, "Is there Black people out in Iowa?"
Yes. Well, I had that thought too. There's more than there used to be. Let me just, we're out here, girl. Yeah. To be honest, there is a fair amount of diversity. I would say, well, being that this is a college town, you know what I mean? So that's what, but even in Des Moines, even in everywhere, and it's not a lot, don't get me wrong. But in the time I've been out here, I could definitely see an uptick in melanated skin walking past our storefront. The curly people that come into the salon, like, these are people of color too, you know what I mean? Yes, I would say it has increased. Now, it's all about perception, you know what I mean? We're talking probably 10 to 45 total number of people, but an uptick is still an uptick, you know what I mean? And I'm using those numbers as examples, because I think it's like only 3% of the state total. Gotcha. And so, but to be fair, the state is not that densely populated. So you're really not, like, back home in Detroit, it was like millions of people packed into this, so. But out here, it seems like there's more pockets of diversity. I can honestly say that. That's why our services have changed a lot since we opened. We used to be strictly cut in color, a
Oh,
lot of blonding. And we would try, I'm not gonna say we tried. We would do a silk press, but it took some training, right? You know, I was the model because I was relaxed at the time. And we have a friend, I don't know if she's on, but she's got a head full of hair. So she's always been kind of, actually we had a couple of girls like that were our friends of the salon who would let us, you know, practice on their hair, you know what I mean? So over time we do relaxers, we have a girl that does locks, she's got locks, we do twists, like we do a more complete package of services, which that's what I was hoping for when we opened. But it just took time to find the talent and then grow the talent and then keep everybody cohesive at the same time too. Same way with our spa side, right? When we opened, I would say we did waxing. We did waxing and we did like a basic facial, but now we do stuff with like hyperpigmentation. We think about PCOS. We talk about ingrowns a lot more because of the different folks that are coming through the door. So yeah, we've had to kind of change and ride the wave a little bit too, which is good. Like I say, that's what I envisioned when we opened, because it's Pureluxe International Salon. So the international is really to say, hey, we do Black people. That's the low key way of saying we do people of color. And the people that understood that they come. Now I kind of think that we're known to be a curly salon in town, which is good. But now we want to get into tight curls like mine. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's just a little bit more about what we do here too. So
now when you said it took a while for that, my question would be, how do you keep patience when you want to do stuff? And the reason I ask this is because I'm a person who has like all this stuff about, like, I want to do the salon and I want to do like a lot of things. I mean, I'm sure it's vision. How do you stay patient in the moments of things happening where you see them happening, but you're like, okay, I need to stay patient and keep going and keep the excitement, but also
and keep your goal in mind at the same time.
Yeah.
That's when you have to pray and, you know, like I say, stick close to your family or, you know, your network. That's really who will help you through those times. And, you know, also revisit your business plan or the notes that you take in the early stages when you were dreaming of the things. Revisit those. Yeah, that's, you know, sometimes I go back to old folders and sketches I made, or like when I picked out the finishes, I go to those little swatches and I get happy. You know what I mean? Like, damn, you know what? We did that. You know what I mean? And we can do more. We just got to just remember those feelings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let me see where I'm at with the question. Okay. So this will be my last one. And if you have questions in the comments, you can put them.
That's when I swiped out before touching the screen, so I'm not gonna do that anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. So
yeah.
What are your future plans and goals for your salon? Any exciting projects or expansions on the horizon?
Expansions. I don't think we can expand physically, but I know we want to improve our equipment. I know, you know, we got some basic stuff. So one of my old bosses at the job that fired me, he was kind enough to, you know, he taught me a lot along the way. I'm trying to think, was he there when I got fired? No, he wasn't even there when I got fired. That my first boss was like a really good guy. You know what I mean? Taught me a lot. You know what I mean? Helped me with the transition from coming from Detroit to small town Iowa, because I really didn't know that it was I didn't think anything about it, because you don't know what you don't know. Yes, but coming from a busy city life to slow, you know, it was a jolt, you know what I mean? And I didn't anticipate that, but he made it very comfortable. He welcomed me into his family, you know, the wife, the kids, they all made sure I felt comfortable around holidays when I couldn't go home. So he taught me, because he said, Terry, you always try to hit a home run. And that's not realistic, right? So that you set yourself up to be disappointed. And then you have paralysis of perfection because you don't want to not be perfect, right? So he said, just go good, better, best. Just start the thing, and that's good. And then you could always get better, and then you can work towards being the best. And I always go back to that when I'm feeling like, oh, I wish we were here now, or I wish we were doing these things now. Think about where you came from and think about where you know. So it's just, you just got to count the blessings and smell the roses along the way too. But I always will thank him for that. His name was Steve Kistner. And I will never forget that. And I tell that to my team too, like good, better, best. Yeah, everything is not going to be 10 out of 10. but you put the effort in, you try, you train, you take teaching or, get extra education, you keep practicing, you'll get better. You know what I mean? And it seems to work out. So the proof is in the pudding too. Because when I look back at some of our old work compared to today, it's awesome. When I look at some of our old spa work, like even the basic stuff we are doing, where we are today, it's awesome, So yay, kudos to us.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to share with the audience?
Y'all no, I would just
follow her, by the way.
Yes, our Pureluxesalon. We are in Central Iowa, in Ames, Iowa, a nice college town. We're right in the middle of downtown. So for any SDs or young people or folks that are watching this, just keep going. Things are gonna be tough sometimes, but just keep remember why you got into it, right? Remember your why, and just always tap into your passion. Because I can tell, Becca, you're passionate about what you do. Yeah. It comes through. So just hold on to your passions, and even the tough times won't be tough for too long. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, thanks.
Well, thank you so much, Sherry.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
I appreciate you. You always come to the live with energy. Even just your
hello, Queen. Energy. Yes, I will. Of course. You gotta listen. You get on there every day. You teach. You're a vibe. You're educating. You're a nice girl. Like, people gotta show love.
Well, I appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you too. So
I hope we can do this again sometime. This was fun. Yeah. Good, because I was nervous, but now that I did it, I feel like I'll be better.
Oh yeah. Oh no, this was great. So yeah, okay, we will have you on more often.
Good.
We'll come up because I would love to come up with more topics. Like
we can definitely do that. Well, see, what I was hoping for, and what I'll maybe do next time, is have one of my folks with me, because they're the pros, right? I just have the key. These are the folks who do the work and know all the things. So it would be awesome if, one of my spa girls could be on here with you. You guys could talk the talk, you know what I mean? The high level stuff and different treatments and services. I mean, I know about it, but only as much as I can know. You guys are hands on with it, you know what I mean? And I really like the way you bring other aspects of the business onto your platform. It's wonderful.
I mean, you know this, but I believe in sharing my platform with other businesses to grow, because I just think it's all good for everybody, right? It's
same
a community. So
same.
So
hey, Amber, I see some of my friends coming in. Oh, I see the hearts. Hey, Amber, she's so sweet. She lives on my street.
Oh shoot. So yeah, we will definitely do this again, other topics, and it'll be good. And I was thinking we should do one with me, you, Marilyn, maybe, because I want to figure out how we can have more people on.
Yes. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, because I think you can have up to 4 people.
Okay, so yeah, that would.
And even if, do you have a YouTube? You could have like more people on YouTube too.
I didn't know. I can't go live on YouTube because I don't have enough
followers.
Yeah.
Well, 4 people would be enough, depending, and you could always drop people down and bring new people up if you wanted to.
Okay.
Yeah, but listen, you, Marilyn, and Miss P, that's a dream team right there.
We should
that's a dream team.
I have to do that.
That would be so much fun.
It would be fun.
Yeah, it would.
For topics that we might. Okay,
it would be a blast, for real. 10 out of 10. I already know it.
Okay.
I already know it.
I'm putting it on the list. Let's for it. We just
good.
Well, thank you so much,
My
Sherry.
Pleasure, sweetie.
Y'all go Pureluxesalon, and I will figure out how to send this so you can clip it.
Okay.
And do with what you want with it. It does take a moment, so maybe a while because it has to.
Good.
But
good. Well, hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend and have a good Sunday.
Yes, y'all have a good day. Bye, y'all.
Okay.